Yo, man, we got a quick little Billboard breakdown. I got pizza. Let's go.
Hey there, I'm Mark, in affiliation with Spectrum Pulse, and we've got a short holiday week, and yet it's still interesting. And this, it's Billboard Breakdown.
Little Caesars pizza? Wait. Move my mic over here.
So we've entered the time of year that outside of a surprise entry, or that Nicki Minaj album actually drops and has tangible impact on the Hot 100, it could be rather slow. And since Billboard conveniently keeps moving their year-end position further into November, more of this holiday season winds up impacting the year-end Hot 100, not getting trapped between years the way it probably should. The sooner all of this struggles to break out of recurrency, in my opinion, the better. What it also means is that these episodes will probably get a little bit slower or shorter. Now, granted, this is also the time of year where I'm trying to churn through my album backlog, trying to get my year-end list done, and I have a 2-hour video essay dropping.
Oh yeah,
Saturday,
the country one.
PM Eastern Standard
I
Time
might react to it. I don't know.
I appreciate.
I might just watch it on my own though.
But again, fair warning for y'all in advance. But now, anyway, our top 10, where we do actually have something of an event. Taking number one as the oldest person to have ever clinched this spot, decades after her last number ones in the early 1960s.
Fucking deserved. Fucking deserved, bro. Honestly. Fuck Mariah Carey, okay? She... Why do we need to give her another number one? Let's give it to another Christmas song. Fuck it. Let's give it to Ariana Grande. Who gives a shit? Just not Mariah Carey, please. I'm begging.
And 65 years since she first released the song Rockin' Around the Christmas Tree by Brenda Lee is at number one. And deservingly so. She had a credible sales week, she dominated streaming, and radio has shifted to the holiday playlist. So to my utter surprise, she actually beat out Mariah Carey's All I Want for Christmas.
Fuck you, Mariah Carey.
As a chart nerd,
mid-ass Christmas song.
Brenda Lee's biggest charting success was in the early 60s, which was rough for the Hot 100. That's neat to see. I'm certainly not going to complain that she beat out Lovin' On Me by Jack Harlow, forcing him down to number 3, as he simply cannot match holiday streaming even if his
what even is that cover?
Is in full swing. But then we got the expected stack of Christmas songs. Jingle Bell Rock by Bobby Helms at number 4, Last Christmas by Wham at number 5.
That should go number 1 too, by the way. That's the best Christmas song.
At number 6. And that naturally takes us to Cruel Summer by Taylor Swift, which is somehow sticking around at number 7. Mostly because despite losing radio at rapid speed, she's still got the top spot there. And right behind her, Paint the Town Red by Doja Cat at number 8, where the margin between them is actually shrinking on the radio, but the streaming margin only appears to be getting bigger as she is losing there and fast. Then following them up on the radio at this position at number 9 is Snooze by SZA, which is actually more stable on the radio, but it's got a wide enough margin between it and Paint the Town Red that it's not even going to make much ground, even if her streaming is actually better than Doja Cat. But to round this out, it's The Most Wonderful Time by Andy Williams, It's Back at number 10, which again, you can literally chart the holiday entries on the top 10 by their streaming positions on that chart. It's a little bit jarring. Now, one thing that I do not mind about the holiday season is that it actually pushes a lot of songs from this year into recurrence. So let's get into a pretty hefty list of
gives us a reset.
Because in the latter group, there are some big ones. Dance the Night by Dua Lipa, Dial Up by Noah Kahan and Post Malone, What It Is Block Boy by Doechii and Kodak Black, Flowers by Miley Cyrus, Kill Bill by SZA, Yee Yeet by Sexy Red, La La by Mike Towers, and
I don't know what that is.
by Cardi B and Megan Thee Stallion.
I don't know.
Hefty chunk of losers here too, so let's move through the Taylor Swift one first. Is It Over Now at 21?
How's that still here? Go away.
Slut at 98, and Say Don't Go at 100. Then we got the expected
Who is
Drake
listening
losses.
to
Rich
Slut?
Baby Daddy with Sexy Red and SZA at 33. First
I'm
Person
surprised
Shooter
that's
with J. Cole at 34.
been there a
I Don't
while.
Give a Fuck
A
with
Rich Baby
Beat
Daddy
at 55. You Broke My Heart at 58. Virginia Beach at 73, and Slime You Out with SZA at 90. Then
That's
we
still
have
there?
Tate McRae
Slime You Out
losing
is still
hard off
there.
her debut for X is down to 63. It's going to rebound. As well as a bunch of continued losses for White Horse by Chris Stapleton at 50.
It's been
Houdini
here enough.
by Dua Lipa at 52. Monaco
That's
by
gonna bounce
Britney
back
at 56.
after
Great Gatsby
Christmas.
by Rod Wave at 75. Bad Idea Right by Olivia Rodrigo
That's
at
still here?
86. Just Saw a Loss for Vampire at 37. And Rich Men North of Richmond
Why is that
by
still here?
Oliver Anthony at 99. Then we saw a couple hits for Jelly Roll with Need a Favor down to 36 and Save Me with Lainey Wilson at 38. And then Well, the rest. Lil Boo Thing by Paul Russell, 35.
How is that still here?
What You Mean by Gunna at 39.
Okay.
Used to Be Young by Miley Cyrus at 41.
I'm surprised that's
Good
still here.
by Usher, Summer Walker, and 21 Savage.
I just
48.
watched a video with that song on it. Go watch it.
Stick Season by Noah Khan at 51.
If you know, you know.
I thought this might have had a little bit of holiday play given the production and the tone. Lose Control by Teddy Swims at 54. And Try That in a Small Town by Jason Aldean at 79.
How is that still here?
Final week on the Hot 100.
Thank God.
Good. Now this takes us neatly to our gains and returns, where I think amidst all the holiday music, there are a couple interesting stories. For instance, we do have a lot of holiday returns here, predominantly concentrated in the top 50, where they would have to go to beat Recurrence. White Christmas by Bing Crosby at 23. Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer by Gene Autry at 26. Christmas Baby Please Come Home by Darlene Love at 27. Deck the Halls by Nat King Cole at 28. 2 copies of It's Beginning to Look a Lot Like Christmas. First from Perry Como at 29, and then from Michael Bublé at 31. Jingle Bells by Frank Sinatra at 30, and Blue Christmas by Elvis Presley at 32. Oh, and we also have Here Comes Santa Claus by Gene Autry at 40, Run Rudolph Run by Chuck Berry at 42, You're a Mean One, Mr. Grinch by Thurl Ravenscroft at 43, Santa Claus is Coming to Town by the Jackson 5 at 44, Happy Holidays by Andy Williams at 47, and Wonderful Christmas Time by Paul McCartney at 49. Hey, they can't all be winners here. But to my shock, 3D by Jungkook and Jack Harlow also made it back to 72. Might have something to do with that very obvious Justin Timberlake remix. Although he's not credited on Billboard at this time, which is a little bit surprising given how much they would just love to prop up legacy acts like him. And outside of our top 10 games, we also saw Let It Snow by Dean Martin at 13, Sleigh Ride by the Ronettes at 14, Feliz Navidad by Jose Feliciano at 16,
Santa Tell Me Where?
Tree by Kelly Clarkson at 17, Santa Tell Me by Ariana Grande at 18. I'm still shocked that's become a thing. And the Christmas song by Nat King Cole.
Song's fire, buddy. What are you talking about?
Also saw a spike for Surround Sound by Jid featuring.
Oh, no way this is gonna be an actual hit.
Apparently, against all odds and the holiday season, that TikTok virality.
Oh, please be a hit. Oh my God.
That's gonna last over a
no, come on, guys. Let's make it a hit. Come on.
Nice surprise. Now this takes us to our new arrivals. All 2 of them. Yeah, it's going to be a quick week, folks. Let's get started with number 97, Labios Mordidos by Kali Uchis and Carol G.
Olivia Rodrigo. Oh, what the heck? Black boy? Oh. Got that ad speeder upper.
You know, for as much as I actually like Carol G, and I think she's had quite an underrated year, I was a little bit apprehensive at this collab single with Kali Uchis, which I've been lukewarm at best for years now, and especially when she's taking the majority of the lead of the song. And I think some of that contributes as to why I'm not really feeling this as much as I would like to. Uchis and Carol G have some pretty good cooing chemistry opposite each other, but the watery acoustics around the warping and thicker knock-a percussion keep implying a more interesting tune or shift than we often get. Like that major key klaxon that slips across the second verse but then goes back to the same rather stale hook, especially given all the increasingly chirpy backing ad-libs. Now, I'm not going to complain about the content, incredibly horny about all the women that they
obviously
sleep with. They can certainly sell that. But as it is, I don't know. I feel like I should be way more on board with this than I am. That's frustrating. Gotta say it. And finally, number 46, You're Losing Me by Taylor Swift.
The hell? YouTube Premium. I think this might actually be a hit because I see it climbing on the charts.
Okay, so apparently this is a song that was recorded with Midnights and was a vault track for Swift, but it was briefly available for sale on her website and now only months later was released on streaming, with the buzz suggesting the song was all about her breakup from Joe Alwyn. Now, I wasn't entirely surprised by this, going back to some lingering suspicions I have had with Midnights since last year that the relationship was more on tenterhooks than many would realize, but I was kind of surprised that to see it getting a bit of a minor push.
It is.
It to her fans who made her.
That's what I just said. I'm like, I thought like it was just gonna be like a little like, oh, it's gonna debut at like 44. What was the number? Like 30. It's gonna debut at 45, and then it'll go to 80, and then it'll just drop out. But I think like they're pushing this for some reason. Why? I mean, you already have Is It Over now. You're putting too much out there. Do you seriously think we need more Taylor Swift? Do we need more Taylor Swift in our lives? No, we do fucking not. No, it's getting tiring at this point. Let me live without Taylor Swift for one day. I'm begging you, please, genuinely. Oh my goodness.
Spotify's global top artist this year. Wonder if her fans appreciate the irony of that song title in reference to them. But okay, bad jokes aside, I actually think the song is excellent. The sort of padded, soft-focused, gently synthetic ballad that only ramps up the piano.
Mark, you're losing me.
And the aching strings a little bit on the bridge. But Jack Antonoff actually works all that negative space to his advantage, where for every spare bit of auto-tuned vocals from Swift, it highlights the lonely emptiness that comes with being the partner in a relationship that you know it's fading out.
Well, I've never dated anyone before, so I can't relate.
Just don't get it. The barbs being thrown, they're going to cut more deeply, especially around marriage.
Unlucky.
By then you know each other really well enough to really hurt each other, and they just don't quite grasp how far you really.
Mark, I'm 16. I don't know anything about dating.
Words, this one actually really struck close to home for me, especially given some past circumstances in which Midnight's overlap that I'm not going to get into. And if it's indeed true, she recorded this alongside the rest of Midnight's in that December 2021 session. Fuck, that's absolutely heartbreaking, because it meant she knew what was coming and was probably praying she would never have to release this. In other words, I understand why it was not on Midnight's.
Yeah, it is kind of sad, actually.
One of the best throwaways that Taylor Swift has ever made, though. I will give her that, even if it's really sad. But yeah, obvious, best of the week. Not that there's much competition, where I guess Labios Mordidos by Kali Uchis and Karol G, it's the worst, but again, not saying that much, it's not that bad. Next week, again, I expect it's going to be very slow, but Nicki Minaj is coming soon. We'll have to see how all that pans out. Stay tuned for that.
Oh, that Billie Eilish sample.
I'm Mark.
God damn it. Billboard Breakdown, relation with Spectrum Pulse. See you next time. Oh yeah. All right, little small Billboard breakdown. You know, obviously, holiday music is coming in. Not too shabby. Mark doing his thing. Honestly, Mark, you deserve a break for all the hard work you do. Every one of us fans appreciate you. Okay? Oh, actually, no, he doesn't have a break because he has to make his fucking list. But, you know, whatever. His 2 lists he has to make, by the way. And no, 3, because he does top 50 albums of the year. Oh, no, he doesn't have a break. Never mind. I feel bad for you, Mark. I'm sorry. You do way too much work. You're a savior. Thank you, Mark. And, yeah, guys. Go subscribe to Spectrum Pulse. Go subscribe to Billboard Breakdown. Go like the video that I'm reacting to. I put it in the description. Oh, and subscribe to me if you want to. I don't know why you would ever do that, but I mean, I guess you could maybe like this video. I don't know why would you do that. I mean, if you wanted to, I don't really get that, but whatever. And yeah, that was a little short episode. All good though. You know, probably gonna be my shortest video, but we go.